We're getting ready to hear a special guest speaker on Clay.
Yep.
Looks like they got rid of most of the church. Not the church. So much of the Christmas decorations. Yeah. Yay.
Yep.
There's a video of a deer hunter or a hunter. You can't see it. Sorry. And that felt good. Food, friends, everything. Into the silence we go. Laughing all the way. Diet Dr. Pepper. Why not? Diet Dr. Pepper. Bless you.
Thank you. Allergies.
Yeah. I was getting hot back there.
Okay, those of you who have spent some time in California, you may get this joke. California, they developed a shovel that stands up by itself.
Yeah.
500 Caltrans workers lost their job. Anyway, so we're going to be starting round 2 of our next season. All right, so I would like to introduce to you Mr. Tom Clayton. Tom is an outdoor author for a variety of print and social media sources, including if any of you get Christian Living Magazine, which is published out of Boise. Tom writes for those, and he does all kinds of things, outdoors, live.
What you got there?
So
Just
I'm not real sure exactly what he's going to talk
what's
about
that for?
although if you get through this,
What's it for?
It's just a little list.
so this could get interesting. But anyway, a warm welcome to Tom Clayton.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me hook up this mic and we'll get started. No. Yeah, I think that you can get. Okay, everybody here okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay. Other guy's giving a seminar, my phone went off, so I guess I better turn it off. That looked bad if mine did. Oh, well, I have issues with this. Okay, I'm excited to be here. Man, we got a lot of stuff to cover, so I'm gonna hit it fast, okay? At the end, if y'all wanna come up and talk or whatever, I'm good till I got to usher to our church at 9 o'clock, so take me an hour to get home, so I can stay here till 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, I guess. Okay, what we're gonna do, normally when I do a ball game feed or something, I'll talk about bear hunting or something like that. Tonight, for some reason, maybe because I had a seminar last week in Nashville at the Spark Club International, And then 1st of January at the Dallas Safari Club. Maybe it's kind of fresh on my mind, but I'm going to talk about knives. Now, like a lot of things, you go, yeah, knife, okay. But if you get into it, you can really carry it next level in the area of your life, right? I was talking, I don't see him talking about sturgeon fishing. He said that's all he did for 20 years. I mean, and we get kind of specialized when we like stuff, right? But what I want to do, here's my background so you know kind of where I'm coming from. I worked for Big Packing Plant for 45 years. It's a big deal there to have the right knife. Now I could rub this on concrete, butter knife, and I could skin a deer, right? But that doesn't mean that's the right tool. Now in a packing plant, we live and die by our yield. So like say 1,000-pound steer, you ought to get 3.4% of it ribeye. There's a left and right, right? So out of 1,000-pound steer, you get 34 pounds of ribeye, it's 2 17-pounders. What if you got a 3.45%? That's only 500, so that's nothing. Well, to half a pound a head, $15 a head, that's $7.50 a head. At ConAgra, we had 5 beef plant, 4 pork, and 3 lamb. We killed 25,000 head a day. You do that, a half a pound a head. All of a sudden that's $187,000 a day. Times 5, 900 something, right at $1 million a week. Times 52, times that 90, 912,000, whatever, 45 million a year on one cut. And you've got a ton of cuts, 9 major ones probably. So you see the magnitude. Now you can do whatever you want. I'm going to just tell you what I think, doesn't mean it's perfect, but what I think of the 5 designs that you ought to look for as a hunter. Now, I'll give you an example. We got some volunteers here. Come on down, boys. Now, this is a big stout guy, right? This poor little guy got about big as muscles as I do. But we're going to do a contest. Now, no wives are here. I was going to help y'all out. I was going to say, guys, how many screwdrivers? Can you get by with 1 screwdriver? How many you got? 30, 40, 50. I started to bring all mine and go, God, I'd have to hook the trailer on the pickup to do it, you know. So for every job, you dig a different knife. But we're going to dig a hole. We're going to dig a post hole. Now, who do you think will win, this guy or this one? It's according to what tool they get, because he's going to do it with a spoon. He's going to do it the post hole digger. Now, I don't care how strong he is. He'll look like a rat chewing the hole by the time he's done sitting there drinking a latte, right? So you get my drift. Getting the right knife is important. You don't have to. You can go ahead and dig your post hole. You can go all the way around your ranch. But you're going to be doing it a while, right? So y'all get my drift on where I'm going? Okay, thanks for your help, guys. Appreciate it, man. So, years ago, I started riding, I don't know, 25 years ago. And I don't know where I get some of my ideas just sometimes, you know. So I go, you know, I want to start doing some outdoor seminars. So the first one I did, you know, you got to go, God, like I always thought, man, I'm around some riders now, like, God, okay, we'll talk about that, man. He does crazy stuff, kind of puts you in positions that obviously you haven't done. This is crazy. I got a call Wednesday morning, a guy in Texas, he said, hey, Tom, I'm guiding a guy, I can't say the name, Lazzaroni rifles out of Arizona, like $7,000, $8,000 rifles. He's coming to my ranch for a hunt. Craig Boddington, y'all know him, right? Real big rider. He's done, he has a house in California, he's in Mexico. He can't catch a flight home. I don't know if his house wiped out or what problems at the airport. Would you come down and take a spot? Now, how's a dork like me get to take Craig's spot? obviously God blessed you, he put you in certain positions to do stuff for him. That's all you can say. So, sometimes, and so when you say I've never run with him, I've met some, but say you go, okay, like I'll never get to do a seminar at Safari Club International, like Jim Shockey's there giving them on, and you're like, what can I talk about? Like go around, hey, what'd you do for you as a writer? Well, first 20 years I was in the Forest Service. What'd you do? Well, I went to journalism school at Harvard. What'd you do, Tom? Work at Big Peckham plant. What? You're like a second class citizen, bucko. And that's kind of how I felt. So I go, what could I do? Well, I know knives, because I took what I learned there and put in my hunting fishing world. And so first seminar I did was a knife sharpening seminar at Idaho Outdoor Outfitters there in Nampa. Then started going on up, Sportsman Warehouse. I remember I went in there once, hey, can I do a knife sharpening seminar? He's like, what do you want? I want to do a seminar. Well, I'm going to pay you to do it. I've got associates here who can do it. Yeah, I know, I'm the board. Took off. I go, hold it. That kid's an 18-year-old pimple-faced kid. I've been doing this longer than he's been alive. So then, you can't never take no for an answer. I mean, I've been rejected. I remember I was at a riding club. President that night goes, tonight, we're going to talk about rejection. I still have my first rejection letter. I go, what? I got to stack that tall. I quit saving them on that room. You can't be bashful. So I started going pretty soon, doing them from Texas, Alaska, doing them at SHOT Show, biggest outdoor show in the world, Then I was just doing knife sharpening, but like if I'm in the Cabela's, a guy comes up after and goes, hey, what do you think about this knife? And there's so many knife companies now. When I was his age, there's probably, what, 5? Buck, Straight, Uncle Henry, I don't know, literally 5. Now, I mean, I do a lot with knives. I write weekly knife review for Ammo Land, is the biggest outdoor website in America. It gets 3.5 million views a month. I can't keep up. I mean, one time I got a box that was 42 knives to review. Like, gee, that's a whole year's worth. So I mean, I test one knife, and I go, oh. So I just kind of, I go, hold it. And there's so many knives now, you can get confused. And I give a couple deals, and then we'll get back on that. So I was at SHOT Show, and I got invited. They invite riders. Like they're going to unveil new product for the year, right? New rifles, ammo, knives, clothing, boots, They go, Browning's coming out with a new line of hunting knives. This was 10 years ago. A line of hunting knives I never had. I go, and I'm looking at these knives, and I go, there's not one knife here that I'd use. So I go, hey,
Thank you.
I do a lot of knives. If you want, I can help you with your designs. Huh? We got Billy Fred Putt here. He's one of the best knife makers. Okay. So I learned then, you gotta look, I'm convinced they were good quality, but what the heck you do? It's like, okay, here's a post hole digger. That's a spoon, Tom. No, it's a post hole digger. Okay. So I learned you look for 2 things when buying a knife. You gotta have quality, you gotta have a functional design. Now the problem, me and you could fly to China tonight. They have designs they stole from American companies on the wall. We pick them. I want 1,000 of these. We'll start a knife company tomorrow afternoon. Thing with Chinese knives, I guess I'll say they're a piece of boot pin shirt on whatever. They ain't good. They got no quality, right? So excuse me, y'all think about it. So you got to get quality. You got to get design. I was doing a seminar in Reno at SCI, and a buddy, my helpers weren't there. You need people to have a big crowd, hand out stuff, and help and see people. A buddy was coming through town. He lives around here. I'm not saying his name. He's a real good buddy. But after a seminar, everybody come down and talk, and he's over there, and he had his Leatherman, and he's talking to this guy. I said, actually, this is the best elk skin knife I've got. A Leatherman? And the tip was broke off about an inch and a half. I nearly jumped over the table and slapped him. I'm like, son, that thing. Okay, his daughter had a bad car wreck, nearly died. He saved up his money after she got well, took her hunting, elk hunting. I mean, it's a cool daddy-daughter day. It meant a lot to him. He skinned her elk with that knife. You can go home and sit in the hot tub with that knife, but don't tell me it's the best knife. It's not. And so people get weird on knives. I mean, it's more sentimental. It's like y'all are out camping, the bear gets in the tent, grabs you, you jump in front, save your boy, you're dying, and go, Junior, here's my knife, and you die. That's the coolest thing in the world, man. My dad saved my life. Carry it. Just don't tell me it's the best knife. Or I'll taser you. Okay, little buddy? So that's where I'm going to be coming from here. Okay, now, could you flip up knife 1? Now, what we want to do, and I'll hold them up here, used to, I preach that you need 5 designs. Now, one of them at the end you don't really have to have, just kind of a little extra flair. I used to always say you want one with a clip point. And a clip point is kind of old school style, went up, right?
Yeah.
That way you cut the pattern. The pattern is cut up the belly line, out the legs to the hoof, right? So you got to have something you can stab with. Now in a minute, I'm going to get to another knife. Charles Allen has kind of almost convinced me you don't necessarily have to have a clip point. You can use the taping knife. And we'll show you that in a minute. But let's say this. Now, you can skin deer with one of the, or whatever. The thing is, with the clip point, you have a tendency, I can't tell you why, I'm sure I'm not a scientist. Kill stuff, eat it, write stories, and I'm happy, okay? Not real deep topic. But for some reason, the mechanics of it, you have a tendency to cut through the hide more. If you're wanting to save the hide, what you want to do is can you go to the second one? A drop point. Uh-oh. Let's do it down line. Find some other one that looks like that. There. That one. There you go. Sorry. See how that's kind of rounded? Whatever reason, you can skin faster and not cut through as fast. That's easy. So you want drop point. Now where Charles is smart, see how he cut the spine down a little? So it has a definite point. Really, with his knife, you can cut the pattern too and skin if you wanted to. So theoretically, this is almost 2 knives in one because of that. But you see the difference. Now in the old days, at your age, this is what everybody used. I don't know how many years ago, bunch of years ago, drop points started getting to be popular. If you go with my theory, though, you're like, God, Tom, you ever been elk hunting on top of a mountain? You want to take a wagon full of knives? No, I don't get the idea that I carry all these. I'm just saying, theoretically, here's the one you ought to have. Top of a mountain, I'm probably going to carry this one, my boning knife. But a drop point's best for skinning. Now, if you're saving the head and going to mount your head on your elk or deer, you'll want a little taping knife. Let's switch over to that little one you had up a while ago. There she is. To me, that's a perfect design. 2 1/4 inches, real pointed.
Wow.
You can really choke down, has a finger choil so you can choke down, cut around the lips and eyelids. It also has some called gimping, it's finger grooves, so you can really choke down on the blade and do intricate cutting, and you've got a firm grip. Now, I'll tell you what I say is a perfect knife. If you're a woman and have a real little hand, or you're a big guy, but I got like average hand. He's got a real big hand. You may favor something else because of that. But for me, this is it. In the theory, you kind of get the drill. So what Charles said, and he owns friction or Diamond Blades, Naza Blaska, he's a master brown bear guide. He's a unique guy, learns something different every time. He invented the rattling horns, which is a big deal down south, rattling whitetails, right? So he's a unique guy, but he says he uses a caping knife. He doesn't use a clip point. He said, this one works perfect, Tom. I cut the pattern. He's a master brown bear guide, guided over 50 brown bears. That show that was on when y'all came in, that brown bear head, he guided me on that. So he uses this to cut the pattern. So you could argue, go, Tom, I'm gonna throw the flag. Really? If you have this cut the pattern, your drop point knife to skin it, then you can cape out the head, cut the feet and toes, skin it on bears. There are 2 knives, that's all you need for your skinning jobs. And you could argue that. And he's 90% got me switched over to favoring that. And so I'm kind of dropping the idea of using a clip point. Also, never going to get that. Now, here's something, again, because of my background, I can bone out a deer with any knife here. But your bones are going to be a lot dirtier. And by that, I mean more needle bone. The perfect design is right here, this upsweat point. I say a 6 inch. I got buddy just as good as me that say a 5 inch. So you can argue forever, but right in there, 5 to 6 inch. Now, what's frustrating me, I looked, I go, there's not a good boning knife for the outdoorsman. I used to get packed